How many of you know exactly what I do? Raise your hands. Okay, so about 3. Okay, that's okay. So to really understand what I do, I have to bring you back 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I'd come home from university, I'd head straight into my bedroom, I'd close the door, and in front of me was my beautiful piano. I'd plug in my headphones so that no one, especially my parents, could hear that I was playing. To them, I was studying. And I really see some faces, you're like, of course, this guy, he's Asian, he plays the piano. Very shocking. Well. And yes, it's true, piano for me did start as a childhood obligation, and it slowly turned into something I actually took seriously. Now, going back to my room, I would set up my tripod, and then I'd angle this one lamp just right so that the lighting looked good. And then I'd click record. Every time I did that, I was nervous. I was shaking. My palms were sticky. Because at any moment, my parents could peek in, and they never knocked. There was one night my dad swung open the door, and he said to me, "Why are you playing piano? Go and study. Stop wasting your time." It's just crazy, right? Because the people who forced me into piano from such a young age were now the ones telling me to stop. It didn't make any sense. They switched up so fast. But what my parents didn't see was that I wasn't just messing around on the keyboard. I was creating. I was recording content. I was sharing something I truly cared about for an audience that wanted to see it. Now, at first, I didn't tell anyone about this. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell my friends because part of me didn't think they'd get it. But over time, people started watching, listening, and sharing. And this tiny thing I was doing in secret and in silence slowly grew into an audience of over 100,000 people. Now, I'm standing here today, and you're probably thinking the same thing. Why should I be giving this talk, right? I haven't made it yet. I'm still figuring things out. So there are so many other content creators out there with millions of followers, and they're not the ones here giving this talk, so why me? Yes, I agree. That's true. But I think that's maybe exactly why I need to be here. Because most of us are in that messy middle, still trying, still figuring things out, still creating, even when we're unsure where it will lead us to. And if we keep on waiting until we feel qualified, we might just never start. And so with that, a show of hands, how many of you have ever recorded a video and then you either deleted it or you didn't post it because you thought, oh, it's not good enough, oh my gosh, that's so cringe. How many of you? Wow, look around, that's a whole lot of you. Or if you couldn't tell already, you're not alone. There are roughly 300 million creators out there, and most of them don't even call themselves creators. They're just sharing what they know, telling stories, and building communities. The creator economy is currently a $250 billion industry, and it's expected to double in the next few years. That's like giving every single Australian university student $200,000 a year to make TikToks. I mean, that's not bad, isn't it? Yet we still treat content creation like it's a side hobby or a phase, like it's something you do until you get a real job. Just out of curiosity, how many of you create content, whether it's lifestyle, fitness, TikTok dances? Okay, so quite a few of you. You see, we're taught to chase stability. It's the path we all know. It's what university drills into us. Go get a degree, land a good job, and climb the ladder. And content creation can be often seen as silly or unserious. But here's the thing. The way we work is changing. There are creators out there making a living online, teaching music, building communities, and launching businesses, all from their phones. Now, it's not just about becoming an influencer or going viral. It's about building something from scratch, sharing what you know, and creating value in a completely new way. So here's the question I want to ask you. What if content creation isn't just a side hobby or a phase? What if it's the future of work? Now, my parents are in the crowd today, and before this very moment right now, I have never built up the courage myself to tell them that, one, I was doing this TED Talk today. And two, content creation is what I want to do full time. It's true. You see, my parents are very Asian. And in my family, you're meant to make them proud, you're meant to make them happy, right? Not filming TikToks. And I get it. It's hard to see content creation. It's hard to see TikTok as a real career when all they've known growing up was job titles, degrees, and security. And to add on top of that, all my cousins are all doctors, lawyers, and engineers. So growing up, I've always had this constant internal battle in my head between trying to honor my parents' sacrifices and not becoming a disappointment, and trying to forge and figure out my own path. But you see, when you're surrounded by these expectations, when all your cousins are high achievers, where success is measured by job titles and degrees, choosing a different pathway, it doesn't just feel risky, it doesn't just feel difficult. It feels completely wrong. You start hiding the best parts of yourself that don't fit in. You start second-guessing the things that actually make you feel alive. And the truth is, it wasn't just my parents I was afraid of. I was afraid of my friends seeing it. I was afraid of standing out. I was afraid of being cringe. Because in Australia, content creation is still met with such skepticism. We have this tall poppy syndrome, where if someone dares to stand out, or if someone dares to try, we cut them right down. We mock ambition. We downplay creativity. We call it a phase. And the reason I'm telling you this today is because the fear of judgment, whether it's from your friends, your family, or society, it can silence you before you even begin. And when the people around you, when they don't understand that pathway you're on, you start to question yourself whether it's even valid. You start to be like, yeah, maybe they're right. Maybe I am wasting my time. But here's the thing I've learned. You don't need certainty to create. You just need belief to begin. And just because the closest people around you, just because they can't see the value yet, it doesn't mean it isn't there. And so that's how I think a lot of creative journeys begin. Quietly. Not with a plan, not with confidence, but with something small they believe in and the decision to keep going. For me, it started off with practice videos, like me practicing my pieces, and then I started transitioning into making my own song mashups. And then recently, I've started taking live song requests from people all around the world. And through that, I was able to build a platform. But here's the thing most people don't see. Content creation is literally planting seeds. You plant them in the spring, and sometimes they don't bloom until autumn. Some grow fast, some take a whole year. And a lot of the time, you're just waiting. A lot of the time, it's just sitting buried underneath the soil, invisible for months. So what do? You keep posting, you keep watering, and you keep waiting. Until one day, something breaks through. Now, through this journey, I've been able to monetize in ways I never even expected, selling sheet music online, teaching piano lessons, getting live stream tips, even landing a few brand deals. But most importantly, it taught me things university never did. Consistency, storytelling, branding, how to build trust, how to build something from scratch when that something was me. And you see, piano might not be what I want to do full time, but through this journey, I've been able to learn how to edit my videos, understand trends, hook viewers. And that's when I realized content creation isn't just about what you post. It's a skill set, a creative toolkit. And those skills are valuable no matter what you want to create. One of the coolest things that's come from this experience was that last year when I studied abroad in the US, one of the people who had seen my videos, he reached out to me. And that small moment of connection turned into a great friendship. None of that would have happened if I didn't post that first video. So through this, I've come to believe there are three things, and this doesn't just apply to content creation. This can be applied to starting that business you've always wanted to start, or launching that passion project, or sending out that cold email, or just sharing something you're truly passionate about. It's all that same fear, and all it takes is that same kind of courage. Because I believe, one, you don't need certainty to create. You just need enough belief to begin. And two, content creation is a legitimate modern career path, just not one we've been taught to recognize. And success, maybe it's not about what you become, maybe it's more about what you create. What if more people started choosing passion over prestige? Creativity over convention? 4 years ago, I was hiding behind my bedroom door, too afraid to tell anyone I was creating something that truly mattered to me, because part of me didn't think it was valid either. And now I'm standing here, sharing it with you, not because I've made it, not because I have it all figured out, but because I started. And sometimes, maybe that's all it takes. just enough belief to begin. All the best, my friends. I wish you all success. Good luck, and have a wonderful night. Thank you so much.